Hey, what's up guys? It's just welcome back to Fate Grand Order 7th Interludes. Today I'm trying to do 3 more to, get the 10 cent courts for, hitting, I think 80 interludes, 80 interludes done. Just try and, grind for Stolfo, you know how it is. You know how it be. I guess. Yeah, let's do ENKIDU's. His might be kind of long, I'm not sure, but I heard his was really good. So let's give it a go. Made by God, woven by humans, and returned to soil 1. Unknown clue. Ooh, hello. 3 guest servants. Okay. We'll just go with my base line team, I suppose. I have something for pretty much everything, so yeah, let's go for it. Hey. Hey. Are you going to go? Are you going to disappear, be complete? Are you going to die, be born? Then this is goodbye. The next time we meet, I won't be myself anymore. Wow, I'm envious. Because you're probably not gonna change a single bit. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can break you. You'll always be you. Well, will he though? Even if a god killed you, even if you loved someone else, or if you tried to break yourself, or if you turned back to soil. This forest, this world, as long as humans in the land remain. Hi, Upson. Napping in the hallway again, as we do. Please wake up, Senpai. Foe? Foe? You seem to have awoken from REM sleep. And now good morning. I was worried for a moment that your mind might have drifted off somewhere else again. Nah, well, maybe a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. If you're still sleepy, please have some coffee at the cafeteria. Yeah, we might do that. We've recently started receiving supplies from the outside world, so there may have been some quality coffee in the shipment. Ooh. That's an interesting quad. Okay. What are those 4 doing together? It seems like a really random grouping. Sorry to inform you, but I have a jack. That's 1 of a kind. Oh, how wonderful. They'll match. I have 4 queen cards. A card that represents a sovereign. 4 kings. Does this mean I have 4 of a kind? Yeah, sorry, Moriarty, but, wait just a moment, are the 2 of you cheating? Honestly. So I was the only one who tampered with the cards. Oh my, have I been left out? Oh, how disappointing that I was unable to be one of the possessors of 4 of something. That number represents death in many Asian cultures. Yeah. As you can all see, I have 5 jokers. But, wait, hang on. Wait a minute. How? Isn't there only 2? Am I crazy? Isn't there only 2 jokers per deck? How do you have... Okay, you know what? We won't worry about it. Unless I've forgotten how cards work, I'm pretty sure it's only 2. I've won a battle but lost the war. I see, so 5 of a kind is possible. No, it's not! Of course not. Having 5 jokers isn't even a viable way to cheat. At best, Miffy's crime is absurd. Knowing as he did that his skullduggery would not pass anyone's scrutiny, he still undertook it. Your words of praise slay me. Would you like a little clock as the token of my appreciation? Absolutely not. I will have no part in your scheme of blowing me up to dispose of evidence of your cheating. Looks fun. I want to join. Party time. It's wonderful to see you in high spirits, Master.
Yes, please join in on the fun, Master. The more the merrier for a tea party.
Then shall we resume our poker game? Shall we wager our very souls? Yes, we shall. I shall wager a false soul, so I suggest you match with the spirit origin of your most beloved servant. What shall we do, Senpai? I can't see it going well if we stay here long. Wow, it seems fine. Just based on past experience, I feel trouble on the way. Oh, my apologies if you're concerned. I was actually the one who called them all over.
You ENKIDU?
You seem surprised.
Well, I'm sorry. Setting nursery aside,
It's a bit of a surprise he called the other two here. You'd put me in the same category as Mephi. I would even make cry. Please do, come now, cry your heart out. I'm eager for the side-splitting laughter that will merit. Then laugh until your sides rip open and your vitals spill out. Now do hurry and explain yourself. We're getting nowhere as we are going now, ENKIDU. You're right. Well, Mephistopheles' whims are certainly amusing. I suppose this isn't a particularly efficient way to operate. I must admit, I've been interested in these people since the moment I was summoned here. I've been wanting to speak to them for some time. There are, of course, others in whom I'm interested, but these are the only ones who are available now.
Interested?
Surprised. I have to admit, this is an interesting group. It is. Everyone here in Chaldea, the heroic spirits, mages, and even the staff are all very unique. Yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess. That is why I must study everyone here. In order to optimize my systems in a place like this, it is sometimes necessary to become actively involved with others.
Optimizing your systems?
That's right. I have been shaped to work here as ideally as possible. That is why I was created. Please continue while we play poker. Damn it, of course, something goes wrong.
Master, we've received an urgent message from the command room. Hey, Ritsuka.
Sorry for interrupting you right when you were about to go eat.
We've gotten some strange readings from an area and a singularity we already corrected. Is ENKIDU with you too? Oh, that's handy. Can you all come here?
Of course, it takes place in Babylonia, right?
Oh, hey, this is the first time I've called ENKIDU up here.
I don't mind. That you've asked me here means we are dealing with that singularity, correct?
Exactly. Sensing while having the capacity to accurately assess a situation is a sign that you are indeed a well-functioning machine. We picked up these strange readings in ancient Babylonia, east of Uruk. You know Ishtar's temple atop Mount Ebi? It's somewhere in the forest near that valley. ENKIDU?
What is it?
Well, is everything alright?
You just looked really grim there. Oh, my apologies. It's just that I heard a term that could cause a cascading system crash. A word that my systems prioritize for immediate deletion. Of course it is. After all, the ENKIDU of myth was killed there.
Well,
no need to get into anything like that right now. I'm assuming that's where he died.
our readings are strange, a pattern we've never seen before, and we can't pinpoint the exact location. That's why I want to ask ENKIDU, who possesses presence detection and is familiar with the area, to guide you. Would that be alright?
I'm getting a sense of deja vu from what I'm... Oh, it's gonna be in that same place that Kingu was okay, never mind. Wait, but Mount Ebi is only complete... Others... Well, I guess, I mean, he's still leading us around, so I guess that makes... Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Remember, Senpai? That wasn't actually ENKIDU back then.
Actually, that may not be necessarily true.
Eh?
Now that it's been decided, let's head out.
If something is gone awry, we must fix it quickly. Right. Are you ready, Ritsuka? I'll let you know once we know what we're dealing with. Fair response, honestly. I wonder if that implies that ENKIDU has memories from when his body was being used by Kingu, quote unquote. Reshift successful. At least this time you ended up on solid ground, senpai. Yeah, not falling through the sky this time is a marked improvement from the first time we came here. That's just true. Any problems, ENKIDU? No, we're alright. This breeze brings back memories. The color of the sky hasn't changed either. Yes, I see the wistful gaze of Master's face as she gazes skyward. Perhaps Master was expecting yet another freefall. Mephistopheles!
Falling from the sky, This is exactly the sort of place a shitty man like myself can shine.
In any story where someone falls from the sky, the most important detail would be who does the rescuing. Master, you must choose carefully. Rest assured, Miss Mash. As you can see, Master's arrived unscathed. Yeah, and with 3 more servants than expected in tow. If there's a problem at all, it would be that we have accompanied Master. Professor in nursery, why are you there?
Well, I've been examining the reshift system rather thoroughly, so it was no trouble sneaking the 3 of us along for the ride, as it were.
That's its own set of problems. But Mask is asking why you 3 are here at all.
Simple, really. I was curious why ENKIDU had decided to speak to us all. Of course, I'm also quite curious about ENKIDU as well. There is much that cannot be learned merely from a few games of poker. I can figure anything out, so I'm a genius. But if I had to grant ENKIDU's wish, I decided an adventure together would be an amusing way to do so.
Makes sense, yeah. Senpai, please be careful not to fall for what he says. The professor can be very reckless as long as he gets his point across. Well, this will certainly be a lively journey. In my time, it was customary to travel in pairs, so this is new to me. I hear that Babylonia is the place where the first stories were told. Well, maybe not necessarily the first stories, but the first that we have record of, I guess. Or, you know, the oldest text comes from this time. But there were probably stories told between people, you know, prior to this, probably. I can't wait to meet all the people who were characters in so many stories from this nation. Oh my, everyone seems to be in such high spirits. You know they say no journey is long with good company. As long as the company screams in agony, then so I'll accompany you on your journey to the afterlife as best I am able.
Oh my, it seems there's quite a mixture of good and bad in this party. At any rate, let us set out in search of this strange rift.
I can detect something within the forest, but combing through every inch of it would be irritating. ENKIDU, do you sense anything with your presence detection skill? What a strange sensation. It's like the entire forest. No, this is... Enemies? It appears we've been detected. Perhaps my presence lured them to us. What are you talking about? We're not detecting any... yeah, about that. No way, I'm detecting something. ENKIDU's detection ability really is something. But this is... no, impossible. How? Why are they there? Is it the Lahmu?
I have a bad feeling about this. It seems we are being approached by something that should not be here.
At your 4 o'clock, be careful, senpai. That was right, yeah, the Lahmu. I still maintain... Actually, well, I guess the Babylonia anime watch-along hasn't even started going public yet. Well, I made a point when I was watching through the Babylonian anime with members, they didn't look as freaky as I feel like they do here in the game. Like, I feel like the anime, they I don't know, they just existed? I don't know. For some reason, the game versions give me way more... I don't know. Lamu? It's not possible. The Lamu should have all disappeared along with the Chaos Tide the moment we defeated Tiamat. Yeah, well, apparently not. Ew, something that should be dead appears right before us. How peculiar. Well, how's that different from us since we just popped up out of nowhere? That's a good point. Are these beings someone's hero? Are we the rifted singularity that must be corrected? Probably not. These ones can't talk. They've regressed. Oh, we're seeing a rapidly increasing number of Lahmu in the forest. They're trying to surround Enkidu. Are the Lahmu mistaking Enkidu for Kingu? Probably. I see. So they're the ones. I'm sorry, I can at least pretend to understand your irritation and ideals. But I cannot allow you to endanger the work that's been done. I hope you understand. They don't understand. I see. Your reasons for wanting to kill me are legitimate, but you must know that I will respond with all due force. The Lahmu are on the move. Senpai, please be careful. I'm surprised he could understand them. They weren't saying anything sensical, but, you know. Maybe he's just built linguistically different. Could even tell what they were saying from the... Yeah, I don't know what it is. The game versions are... I don't know. I don't like them. Alright, actually, no. Let's get... Moriarty out there. Alright. Get out of here, Lahmu Sea, or I guess dream created by God Sea. Alright. Beast! Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Let me just, get a little buffy buff. I should have used the 10% on it already. Oh, damn. Okay, Draco. I guess Draco was pissed there were other beasts besides her on there. Like, bitch! I'm the beast here, mother trucker. Which, honestly, fair. Reasonable. I should have used her quick up. Okay, at least we killed it. Ow. Ow. Rude. AF. Yeah, we'll just, full combo. Just make sure it dies. I just realized I'm recording at 30 FPS because I did a react earlier and do those at 30. Well, whatever. Whatever. This will have to be a 30 FPS video. Nah, well. It is what it is, I guess. Alright. And then back to normal. I mean, I guess it's good for me, because and of course I don't get a single Draco card. Ah, well. We'll do this. Even though Draco having overcharge is completely pointless, it's fine. We'll do... these. I don't think... Do the Lahmu have threat to humanity? I don't think so. Maybe. I guess we'll see if Castoria gets overcharge benefits or not. That'll answer it. We'll see it when the damage gets tallied. I think it should. Okay, now. Not at all. I didn't think so, but... Yeah, we shouldn't need a full combo. Yeah, we're good. Unless Castoria randomly did less damage than she should, but... Now we're alright. We're all good. Not detecting any other Ramu in your area. It looks like those that headed your way are retreating back into the forest.
My, oh my, the sort of those things leaves quite the impression on one's memory. I wouldn't be surprised if a normal person went insane upon seeing them.
They were a little different than Jabberwocks. I wonder what story those monsters came from. Ew, and here I thought those creatures bore quite the resemblance to ENKIDU here. Are you saying that I am in dire need of glasses? You may be not necessarily entirely wrong. Looks like those creatures weren't the cause of the rift. I had an eye on the readings during the battle, and it looks like the rift is what's creating them. I'd even say it was possible that there's something like a remnant of Tiamat in the forest. What? Does that mean Tiamat might come back again? Probably not. I don't think it's very likely. After all, gradual as it may be, the reading is dissipating. Even if we left it alone, there's a chance that whatever the issue is might be corrected in the restoration of humanity. However, you can't take the risk. Yeah, something could happen, and it's not worth messing around with.
Why some manner of living residue of a demon god or a pillar or harbored enough malice, I would gladly offer myself up to be reused. Not a bad deal for debris.
Well, pretty much. I'd like my overtime pay in fool's chains, please. If we had any in storage, we'd have used them already. Why are you calling me out? Honestly, maybe you could actually go out and collect some to supply Chaldia, Fuck you! If I can't even pinpoint its exact location, that must mean... Yes, that's right. The time to integrate the system may have come. I never imagined that I might be upgraded after becoming a heroic spirit. Is everything alright, ENKIDU? Yes, I was just reminiscing about my journeys in the past. My only wish is that this journey with you would be as pleasant and enjoyable as it was when I traveled with him, Master. Well, maybe we can't hold the candle to someone like him, but we'll try our best. Or perhaps that one day you'll become a hero just like him. That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot of us there, ENKIDU, but you know, we can try. If we could all hold even like a candle to him, you know, that'd be that's a nice thought. That's a nice thought. Give me... Yeah. Sorry, yawn. Alright, start quest. I started recording this quite late. The air here brings back memories. The wind, the soil, they haven't changed. And the density of the magical energy here. Were it not for Chaldia's aid, any human from Master's time would not survive this. I am compelled to walk to the ends of the earth, but that's not the mission at hand for me at this moment. True. It'd be a bit of a pain for us if you just wandered off to the edge of the singularity now. Who's to say your presence wouldn't give the world a conniption and create a whole new singularity? Haha. You think too highly of me. A doll like myself cannot make the world do anything. Changing the stars is beyond even the gods. The world yields only to the command of the true king born beneath the stars.
However roundabout your means of doing so may be, spare us the boast about your friend. Our current goal is to find whoever's controlling the Lamu. Whereas even your presence detection doesn't seem to be effective here. You may indeed need to comb through the forest inch by inch. But wouldn't you say it's elderly abuse to make a man my age walk through a forest the size of a small country?
We didn't ask you to come! The solution's simple, old-aged man. We should burn the forest down so we can have a clear view from where we stand. Let's not do that.
You may call me old, but you refrain from adding age as well. You make my spirit origin sound like some manner of peculiar delicacy.
Burning down an entire forest is barbaric. Let's ask Bunyan to help us pioneer the land peacefully. Wonderful idea. Paul Bunyan's a servant I would very much like to meet someday. Her spirit origin composition is somewhat irregular, and I've been meaning to learn about her before she disappears like a dream. Setting aside what Bunyan's like... setting what Bunyan is like aside, cutting down a whole forest might just make things worse. Besides, would you be against deforestation or a large-scale fire, ENKIDU? I mean, it's not the... I mean, I guess... Yeah, I thought you were a sort of conservationist. Yes, of course. I love nature, and I do believe it to be very important. But to me, the development of a city, mining in the deep ocean, and all other such things that humans tend to do, are also part of nature. Of course, I would suggest caution should the development itself run sufficiently out of control as to threaten humanity's survival.
Anyway, carpet bombing the area would be a touch artless. I'd prefer to formulate a different approach.
Oh my. Perhaps the old-aged man would like to use his coffin to skate over the land or fly through the air to scout the forest end to end.
As I have repeatedly said, that skyward leap is not a typical thing for me. Think of the energy such a move demands. Honestly. Wait a minute. Thinking of typical approaches, would ENKIDU's abilities not be useful here?
You're right to point out that leaping and sprinting great distances are indeed capabilities I possess. Normally I would have the force itself cooperate with me, but it appears that this land and my powers don't seem to be clearly compatible to each other. Compatible? To be specific, it's almost as if there's a curse that's been placed upon me, though I doubt it's related to the irregularity we're observing. In any case, so long as we can get rid of the source of the curse, I should be able to operate at full power. I think I'm starting to get it. Speak of the devil. A familiar spirit origin appears to be heading in your direction. I'm sure ENKIDU's already detected it. Is it Kingu? Yes, true. But the spirit origin reading is... Master, I suggest you take 3 steps back. What's going on?
Well, according to my calculations, you should move within 10 seconds. I also have a visual now.
Gil? Attack? It's raining light. It looks like the sun is crying. It's either Gil or Kingu. Humph. He's not taking this seriously at all. Amazing. No, but we see Kingu fade away, so it can't be Kingu. Well, I mean, there is a weird disturbance, so maybe it could be. ENKIDU managed to deflect all of that inbound artillery. Well, I know Master was nearby. Is this really all the power you'll bring to bear in an attempt to kill me? Or perhaps without the other gods behind you, you're just this pathetically weak.
Why the sudden cold hard voice, ENKIDU?
Of course not. Oh, it's Ishtar. I'd never go all out just to smash a clay doll into a worthless pile of refuse. That aside, I see that your magical energy is stable, thanks to Itsuka. You should be grateful to that child. Ishtar, why are you... Why? This isn't... This isn't Kingu. He's okay. You are. Honestly, what's the big idea in bringing that thing, Ritsuka? Things were stabilizing here all thanks to my protection. Were you trying to... We came here because we... Oh my... This one aside, how's Ereshkigal doing? I love it. Let's do it. I may have caused you all some trouble in the past, but isn't it a bit cruel for that to be the first thing that comes out of your mouth? No. Anyway, I don't have time to be dealing with you right now, Ritsuka. I need to smash that nasty eyesore into red clay and dump it into the river. It's ruining the whole aesthetic here. Even though you made yourself look like Shemhat, the moment I know who you really are, you just become hideous to me. You're the worst. I see. As you are the goddess of beauty, it's fitting that you at least appreciate Shemhat's beauty. That makes me happy. Goodbye. What an interesting exchange. Don't you change the subject when you attack me. A clay doll like you shouldn't be able to move like some kind of martial arts master. Well, he is. Get used to it. I assume Gil is gonna intervene in this, probably. Amazing, it's like a arena fight between sky and land. So this is the story of a new Malish. Oh my, even a single stray bullet could end Master's life here and now. Oh wait, please calm down, Ishtar. That's ENKIDU, it's not the version of Kingu we fought. Huh? Come on now, Mash, who do you think I am? I was perfectly aware this was the real ENKIDU, not Kingu from the start. If that's the case... And that's what I'm trying to kill right here, right now. But... Oh, well, that's not surprising. Don't you remember their previous interaction, Mash? Even the myth engraved on the clay tablets mentions that the two of them were on very unfriendly terms. So it's no shock this is how a meeting would go. When we were hunting down demon god pillars, I let you off the hook because there were more important things. But now that you've sashayed back into my turf, you've got... Okay, yeah, this is just more evidence to the fact that divine spirits must retain their memories, unlike regular heroic spirits. Because this Ishtar should be the same one that stayed back during the Babylonia Singularity to, like, help, like, settle things, I guess, or stabilize things. But she clearly remembers working alongside this ENKIDU at Chaldea while they were hunting demon god pillars. Okay. Oh wait, no, sorry, I just had a lapse. Sorry, no, Solomon would have been the immediately after this. So no, I guess, yeah, no, she would remember the Solomon stuff, because she probably came from here. That doesn't necessarily imply. Okay, you know, never mind. That it actually makes more sense. It doesn't necessarily mean. Okay, no, yeah, never mind. You get Deathwish right. I'm perfectly happy to help you with that. Be a good doll and just sit there to rot away in agony. I would believe to know you're still the vulgar fiend you've always been. I'll have no hesitation in disposing of you, even with Master here. Your age is over. Humanity's already made their ties to the new god. Your attempt to cling to your rule makes you a malevolent god. Don't give me that know-it-all crap. You don't belong with these humans, haven't you figured that out? He's a heroic spirit. Even though you're good for nothing, you at least gained a true friend. But since you turned your back on the gods, there's nothing worthwhile in you. I am a tool. Protection and concern for the gods is wasted on me. I see. Oh, don't tell me you're not still feeling guilty over what happened to that child, are you? Now that I look closer, the heroic spirits you're traveling with. I get it now. Unbelievable. You say you're just a tool, but it looks like you're still hung up on that child's demise. You really don't know when to hold your tongue. You're the absolute embodiment of an insolent god who's never doubted that everything is theirs. You're finally getting serious. Of the wounds and splendor engraved upon a planet, I shall sing upon it. Age of Babylon. A new noble phantasm revealed here of all places. Apparently.
Calm down, they do this all the time. It creates weapons from the ground like spears and chains.
So that ability was a noble phantasm as well. Fine. Any weapon a piece of junk like you makes would only be trash. I'm gonna show you the product of true beauty. Of a true beauty. This is the crystallization of beauty? Yeah. I'll refrain from comment. I do at least have some small sense of mercy in my program. Really, I'll point out that I'll show you no mercy. You have two options. You can die or you can die. I'll go with, die. With a side of die, yeah. You're about to get a taste of the awesome power that scared Mount Ebby. Even the Supreme God An once said only a fool would try to defy it. Was he saying that to you, Ishtar? Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Probably. Definitely. For sure.
Oh, cool. Crikey, crikey.
Let's go, Draco. I should have taken out Moriarty, but that's fine. We'll make do. Ow. Okay. Could have gone worse. Free up storage space. Your computer's running low on storage space. Visit storage settings to free some up. Yeah, I'll do that later. I don't feel like it right now. Alright. Okay. I keep getting pop-ups from Windows. And other things. Well, rip Mori. You won't be missed. Rest in piss. Alright. Mama. Let Okay, I was a bit scared she wouldn't kill that one. For a brief moment, I was like, yeah, we're good. We're okay. Alright, Ishtar, bring it. Show me them toes. Because, for some reason, the Babylonia anime got very detailed with her trying to make Fujimaru grovel at her feet scene. You know, that was an interesting experience. Let's say, very interesting indeed. Like her tootsies were wiggling. Like, go on then. It was, you know, I don't know why we're talking about this. Y'all are freaky.
Definitely was you who brought it up and not me. That is confirmed fact, and you can't convince me otherwise. Oh, that's cheating. Well, this is gonna hurt. Yep, very honored. Well, ENKIDU lived. Get burned to death. Should have treated them burns. Remember, kids, always treat your burn wounds. Yeah. Do not burn, baby, burn.
Ouch. Hey, Ritsuka.
Why are you taking ENKIDU's side here? He's our servant. Couldn't help it after seeing the demonic statue's design. Wouldn't that be more reason for you not to attack it? What are you, a hornet that attacks anything that's a color you don't like?
But they were wonderful monsters. They would definitely be found in picture books as the bad guys.
I'll have you know they were supposed to be guardian statues of justice that received the blessing of the goddess. Me!
Fine.
I know this is no time for a battle to the death.
Right.
The moment I tried to inflict the final blow, I felt as if Master were about to cast a gander on me. Master, trusting Ishtar is your choice, but I recommend extreme caution in dealing with such a wild, capricious goddess as her. She may say that all she does is for humans, but her entire thought process is fundamentally different to begin with. What's worse is she's unaware of this. Just think of her as one of those bizarre sorts who turn up at the change of seasons. Someone with delusions of managing the world. Oh really, you got a lot of nerve to say something like that. One of these days when Ritsuka's not around. Yeah. If we ever encounter each other somewhere Chaldea isn't involved, I'm gonna use all my godly power and smash you to pieces. Tiny pieces. Unfortunately for you, such a miracle is unlikely unless Chaldea or humanity is on the verge of catastrophe. Hee-haw! Is this what they call a Chekhov's gun? You are aware that our existence is possible in the first place because of miracles piled atop each other, yes? Perhaps. Anyway, you really going to stop this fight, Ishtar? I've never known you to back down when you mean to kill someone. Shut up. If you insist on keeping this up, you won't have any justification. But still, if you're going to keep going, I'm ready for you. No, I have no intention of continuing. And I apologize for my many indiscretions. This apology is not for Ishtar, but for the poor human whom she's merged with. I should respect that girl at least, whoever she is and wherever she may be from. You know what, fair. She may be somewhat like Ishtar, but the fact remains that she's managed to mellow Ishtar out somewhat, which can only mean she has the most virtuous soul. I guess, yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's better word for it. Or maybe strong-willed is a better word. Yeah. Well, we'll go with that one. The goddess has retained a tendency to rush into things without considering the consequences. This piece of junk still loves making those cutting remarks. Are you okay with that, Ritsuka? Does it stress you out? Doesn't really make them towards us. Actually, ENKIDU is tough only on you, Ishtar. Suppose this junk pile is still good at playing innocent. So, can we move on? Am I correct to assume that you, Ishtar, have already found the source of this phenomenon? Yeah, but I can explain. We can talk while we go through the forest. Follow me. An adventure with a hero and a goddess! I have a wonderful feeling about this. Of course you do, nursery rhyme. Of course you do.
Do you think so? I find myself overcome with a feeling of pierced dread, as though we were being led to the scene of a perfect crime or some such.
Yeah, you know the saying, life is all twisty and turny like a rope. You never know what fate awaits. Or you could be kicked off a mountain by an old man's horse the next minute. Oh, little sayings like that are so amusing, Master. Ah, you're right. No matter where we end up, atop a mountain or in a valley, let us pray that we have a good journey. Not to the gods, but upon the route that Master will be taking. Does Enkidu really think this group would be able to get to the bottom of this? Even on Enkidu's journey with Gilgamesh, they couldn't save that child. That beast. I assume we'll learn more about that as we go, probably. Unknown class, eh?
I mean, we've got Draco. We'll be fine. No matter what comes in our way, we'll be alright. I ain't worried about a damn thing.
What a deep, dark forest. It's still daytime, but this darkness makes it feel like someone's gonna start singing, "Hey, diddle diddle."
Yeah. Yeah. Perhaps a different Alice, so to speak. I mean, literally a different Alice, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Ah, yes, it's still both dark and silent here. This place is one of the primordial forests that connects night and day, humans and gods. I can't believe you can be so nonchalant about it. Care to enlighten us about a certain duo who went in to destroy that connection? It's alright, but it's time to set your past squabbles aside. There will be more important things to do right now. Or if Ishtar's letting the issue alone right now, is it safe to say that the situation isn't as urgent? Well, that's a tough question. How so? The Lamu are certainly diminishing in number. I'd love to watch that happen at a safe distance. I don't really want to kick the hornet's nest here, but I do have some strong feelings about this. This said the one who never stops kicking the hornet's nest. Come on, I'm trying to be serious here, so don't tease. Your effort to confront your true nature is exactly why Master said that. You put on this air of being the guardian of human prosperity, yet you never listen to humans. Actually, you probably do listen, but what you hear is twisted up in your bizarre divine mind. Shut up, you piece of junk! Honestly, I think Kingu had more respect for goddesses like me. Maybe. Kingu. That is the soul who inhabited my body in the singularity, correct? Would Master and Mash mind telling me about that? What did Kingu and my body do in this world? What did they say? What did they leave behind? Well, we didn't see how they died. I don't mind. Just tell me what you know. We really only know a little about Kingu, but his final actions did make it a little harder to think of him as a true enemy. No, we really don't have enough information to even offer conjecture. Since it's your body, I think the story would be hard for you to hear, Enkidu. Hey-ha! I don't think it's much of a problem, Master. Talking about someone else is never really all that objective. In fact, I'd call all the world's hero tales silly little farces, wouldn't you? And so what can you possibly tell us about Kingu? Everything's a fraud. That's how the world turns. What a horrible thing to say, Uncle Matthew. Uncle? Okay? Not all stories are so sad. When someone tells somebody else's story, that story becomes another kind of truth. Master, Enkidu wants to hear Kingu's tale from your perspective. Please tell them. Story?
This may be uncalled for, but were I to merely keep quiet and look smug, I'd be like a certain insufferable detective, and I won't have that. Master, tell your story. We all have a notion of what Enkidu is searching for. I'm not saying you need to dramatize it. Just tell the story of Kingu from your own perspective. And truth to tell, I find myself curious about the story. Purely for educational reasons, of course.
Are you sure? It's not really my place to pitch in here, but I can offer some supplemental information if asked. Besides, this piece of junk lacks emotion. No matter how the body was used, they would accept the truth. She is the last person I wanted to point out that I lack emotion, but the rude goddess is right. Don't worry about me. I would be satisfied to know anything you are willing to tell me. And I'll stick to what I know for sure. If Senpai's alright with it, then I can also contribute. Kingu was complicated from the start. At first, Kingu pretended to be ENKIDU and he appeared to us just after we arrived. He turned against us quickly, saying he was the messenger of the Three Goddess Alliance. The truth, though, was that he worshipped Tiamat as his mother. Tiamat? Yes, but during a final decisive battle at Uruk. He went beast mode, chained that bitch up, and covered her naughty bits while doing so. I see. My body that claimed to be Kingu tried to stop Tiamat, the beast whom he worshipped as his mother. I don't know what made him change his mind, though maybe that regal friend of yours might have some more insight into it. But one thing's for sure, both the chain and the wedge were essential in saving Uruk. I see. So Kingu, or the me in the singularity, managed to hold this conviction to the very end. What do you mean the me in the singularity? Oh, sorry, I suppose it may have sounded odd since I'm not Kingu. I mean no insult to his soul, nor do I believe myself to be superior to him. It's just that my flesh was created that way. I'm designed so that my entire personality is inscribed into the body itself. So even if a different soul inhabited this corpse, it would be recorded by the world as one of the paths a body created by the gods took. Paths? Yeah, a path. Or perhaps circuit is a better term. Originally, I did not have a personality. I was created by Utu, and the others as an empty container, intended to become the perfect being. To put it in modern terms, I was like computer hardware that did not yet have any software installed. And so upon this empty container, Shamat, Gil, and some other old allies inscribed the traits of humanity. And that is how I came to be as I am. In other words, the me that is speaking to you right now is simply a sort of software that happened to be put into operation around this time. To the world, rather the gods who created me, the hardware running the system was more important. Well, that's pretty weird, I gotta say. Are you trying to say that what was registered under the throne was not your soul, but your physical body? Correct. That's probably the most sensible explanation. Specifically, the journey that I took isn't what's engraved on the throne. It'd be more accurate to say the hardware called ENKIDU was registered. And that's why I respect Kingu. Respect? The path Kingu took is definitely something human from my perspective, and should be praised. Per the wish of the individual whom Kingu worshipped as a maternal figure, Kingu was able to live in this world as a new human. In consequence, he was never a doll used by the gods, but was instead a human with his own will. Just like any other human who lived in Sumer, he managed to become a being with will instead of a life form without it. With that in mind, it's fair to say that he filled what time was given to him well. Yeah? Honestly, I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, I guess from Enkidu's perspective, that does make sense. He confronted the goddess whom he worshipped as his mother, using only the emotions he was born with. To act of my own volition was something I could not do until the very end. Well, that may have been my fate. Kingu managed to escape it. Perhaps I should feel jealous, or perhaps I should feel relieved that I never held such sentiments. I'm merely a tool. To live as a human would be to denounce the role I was assigned. Plenty of humans live their lives like machines.
Yeah. Yeah, like a certain hero of justice. You do have personality, ENKIDU.
Thank you, but that may just be a performance. It may just be my programming enabling me to mimic humans to better interact with them. Oh, come on.
You're just covering for yourself by stringing together a bunch of logical seeming nonsense. This is why I can't stand you. You're a piece of junk. You broke in just the right ways to gain a personality.
A complete and perfect entity. You make me laugh.
There's only room for one perfect entity, and that's me. Sure, Ishtar, sure.
But then again,
maybe that's why you're so full of guilt. You regret dying before that stubborn king.
Or maybe you regret your actions and the fate that ultimately tarnished his proud independence. Whatever it is, you died with regret in your heart. You need to just face the fact that you met your end practically drowning in human emotion.
Look who's talking.
You're the one who cursed me. You even went so far as to call for help. Oh, I'm aware. I'll say it as many times as I have to,
And I do it all over again. I'm sticking to my principles. Fair?
But please calm down, both of you. We would be repeating. There's no need to worry. We seem to have another problem now. Right. It seems we're approaching our destination. Yep, we've got a visual here. But this is...
Is it Tiamat? Oh no, it's more Lahmu, okay. Lahmu hovering over a giant fragment of gold chain? One of Kingu's chains? That was left over, maybe? That's a piece of the chain that was used to restrain Tiamat during the... Yeah, okay, yeah. During the decisive battle at Uruk.
I'm guessing here, but maybe that chain is a remnant of Kingu from the Singularity. I see. No wonder my presence detection didn't work. It was a part of my own body. This area shrouded with the same magical energy as my body. That energy concealed the presence of all the Lahmu as well. Yep. And do you see that building-sized hunk of flesh the chain's wrapped around?
Ew.
That's a piece of Tiamat's body. It looks like the chain's still trying to restrain it.
Oh, is that piece a single bit of her trying to regenerate?
And the Lahmu are being born as if in protest. But because this age is correcting itself, the chain's more powerful than the flesh. That piece of flesh will disappear soon, bringing an end to the chain's purpose. Which means the last remnant of Kingu's body will vanish.
Unlike this piece of junk here, I don't have any real problem with Kingu. Rude.
So I thought the least I could do was watch over him until his end.
Let's put it to rest.
Yeah, you guys are really softies.
But I hope you know, if you agitate it, that bit of flesh will use its last strength to go berserk.
If that happens, I can't guarantee you'd survive.
Oh, we'll be alright.
It'll be okay. I'll protect Master. And we're here too.
We have somehow been included in this god-killing troop. What are your thoughts, old-aged man? This Peppy Meffy is excited as can be to get some god-killing done. Here we are.
This is exactly what I was worried about. Well, we did come all this way, so I hope. After all, such damning blasphemies. God, hey, hiccups. As killing the remnant of a goddess is just a sort of dirty job fit for Mephistopheles and myself.
Thank you, everyone. And you too, Kingu. I respect you, truly. I respect that you've kept to your conviction, even after ending up like that. I'm going to take care of everything now, and I hope you'll forgive me for taking over. The Lahmu have detected you. Please be careful, Senpai. Looks like that chunk of Tiamat's also detected you. Don't let it eat you or anything.
We weren't planning on it. But, getting eaten by Tiamat probably isn't the worst fate. I mean, Yeah, never mind. I was gonna make some. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, don't worry about it. Mother can. Yeah. You know what? Just don't worry about it. We don't need to finish that train of thought. Yeah. Go home, Historia. You're drunk. You've been over this. Well. Bruh. Alright. Whatever. As long as you make progress, it's whatever. Ow. Rude? Actually, wait. Do this. Alright, he should... Yeah, he's dead. So shallow. Alright, what next? What next? More Lamu, obviously, but... Are you gonna change class? The beast again? Yeah. Because of course they are. Let's just try to guarantee its death.
旅立ちの誓いグゼの童話幾度羽は汚れても冬の鳥は雨を越えてその希望は消えはしないホープウィル・キャメロット
Good.
はあシュートぐちゃぐちゃに
Then Draco will lay a bit of smackdown this next turn. And all will be well with the world. Or not. Okay, well, frick me, I guess. I was hoping for some Draco Buster cards, but no busting apparently for us. Bustin'. Crit. Points. Oh, it's only you left. Fear woven by humans, see? You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and just use these now. Crits would have been lovely there, but okay. Nice, thank you for charging my minimal phantasm. I big preach. Alright, this guy's dead. Alright, is this chunk of Tiamat gonna get a special, No, alright. I thought it'd be an actual chunk of flesh, but now it's just they gave it a ghost model. It's a shame, but, you know. It's not a servant. Character. Let's do this. Try and get some big damage right off the gate. Okay, this is hoping for a little bit bigger damage, but it's fine. Honestly, I probably should have put an extra class in here somewhere, but I didn't, so nah, it's fine. Not like I'm concerned about losing anything. That'd be ridiculous.
ちゃおうか。
This thing ain't short. Okay.
どんな時も軽やかに。ちょっと休憩。
I don't think this will have.
ご注文受けたまわりました。
Wait.
あらゆる獣の抱擁を受けるがいい。望みを声にせよ。
It probably, again, like the lock moves, it probably doesn't have
砕けラウスティラのクラウ
threat to humanity. But again, may as well try, because like we know for sure Draco won't get any overcharge bonus, so
旅立ちの誓い。
may as well at least
幾
try
度羽は汚れても
with
冬の鳥は雨を越えて
Astoria here.
その希望は消えはしない。ホープウィル・キャメロット。
Yeah, nope. Well, that was easy. That was
安全な
no
場所ま
big
でご案
deal.
内いたします。
Tiamat Remnant, pshaw. Absolute weakling. The readings of Tiamat and her Lama are beginning to disappear. Your protection of Mother's body till the end is admirable, but then I came and trampled over your desires for my own ends. If you are to curse someone, it should be neither humanity nor master. You should curse me, even though I could not become truly human. Everything time to revive. Care to translate? Thank you, I'm grateful. Huh? That's right, this is my sign of appreciation. What's going on, ENKIDU? Why are you standing in front of Kingu's chain? I wanted to thank him. Thank you, Kingu. You were indeed a human, and a hero. Thank you, proud soul who helped to maintain the connection between humans, land, and sky. ENKIDU absorbed the chain fragment? They fused? Fusion of ENKIDUs? Calm down, that was originally part of ENKIDU. Absorbing it back into themselves is nothing strange. Yes, it feels like a missing piece of me has finally been returned. I synchronized with the chain and incorporated it back to my spirit origin. At the same time, a part of Kingu's spirit origin came flowing into me. Maybe one day, Kingu may manifest in my spirit origin. My eyes might turn blue sometimes, but that's just a part of the software in ENKIDU's body. And a part of Kingu's heart is also becoming part of me. I can see the journey he took. I can see how it came to an end. So Gilville did become a wonderful king. That is a relief.
This may just be me, but I sense that the quality of your spirit origin has changed.
My connection to the world may have changed slightly. My presence detection doesn't sharpen one's mind. It's a subsystem that allows me to become one with the world and identify anything out of place. And now that I've inherited the legacy and story of Kingu, I am now able to further integrate myself into anything connected to Chaldea's world. Now I can melt my very existence into the world. Even if only for an instant, I may be able to evade an enemy's attacks. Oh! What an amazing power! Whether it can actually be used would probably depend on how much my spirit origin is bonded with Chaldea and Master. Is this a hint at his Bond 10 craft essence? Like, does he get like 3 evades with it or something? Either way, the issue here has been corrected. Let's return to Chaldea, Master. Eh? Aren't you gonna go see Gilgamesh? You know that fool would hurry over whether he be in the underworld or on the throne the moment he learns someone's raiding Urik's treasury. More than that, he would really hurry over if he knew you were here. Well, it would be nice if I saw him. But the Gilgamesh here now is the Gil who's already said goodbye to me. He's a king now. I don't think Gilgamesh is the sort to treat you differently because of his status. That's not his point. Maybe not for Gilgamesh, but the people who live in his age are a different matter. I'm sure the people will be fearful. They might be afraid that I may take Gil's soul to the underworld on some adventure. And honestly, I might really do that. The people of Uruk aren't that fragile. We know that firsthand. Really? I see. Then there really isn't any reason for me to see him. Gil became a king who made his citizens strong. And that knowledge alone is as good as meeting Gil and speaking with him. Yeah, but then again, if the people of Uruk are that resilient, maybe I really would take Gil off on an adventure without having to worry. No. Whether Gil and I want to or not, we would have gone on a journey had the fates decreed it to be so. That's how it is. This looks like some kind of riddle. I'm sure it would have been a wonderful journey. Of course it would. A journey with Gil can never be boring. This entire planet is his garden, but Gil isn't the sort of person who would be satisfied with just a stroll through something already his. The moment he finishes walking every inch of this planet, he'll probably head out into space. I don't think he'd have a space. He's probably got one. Ha, who knows? That treasury of his is a miniaturized version of human history. Whether such a vehicle is within it, it's up to how curious he is. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. You really can't be honest with yourself, huh? I never knew what you were thinking. I'm aware that others find it difficult to understand me, but that is just how I have always been. And I want to make that clear. I wanted to make that clear for Master. So please think of me simply as a tool. My only wish is to be used effectively in your service, Master. Please don't say anything so sad. Senpai's never thought of her servants as tools. I don't recommend that approach. If the time comes, use me until I break to help yourself survive. We would rather try to avoid that, but you're okay. Anyone who mistreats their tools should be punished. Master, you really are soft. You're the complete opposite of Gil. You're certainly unique. Or perhaps you're the one who is more human. If so, having been a servant to a human such as you is an honor. Well, the position of best friend is one that's already been filled. If you consider me to be a trustworthy tool, then I will answer your call and serve you as best I can in my brief existence. That is why I wish you to use me until I break. That is the purpose of my coming to Chaldea. ENKIDU.
After hearing all that from you, you really are a bit of a fool, aren't you, ENKIDU?
Professor?
Yes, ENKIDU, you're like a pure innocent newborn doll. You would be an easy mark for an unscrupulous villain like myself.
How intriguing.
I suppose I could not hope to match the professor or the intricacies of his schemes.
Now. This smug grin isn't just because you've stated the obvious. Now, speaking of the attitude that you and Kingu take toward the world.
With Kingu, toward the world?
Kingu adopted your form and went on a rampage. Any citizen of Uruk who saw you would surely think their enemy has returned for them.
True. Chaos may ensue. Exactly.
That's why
On the other hand, you have not blamed Kingu for any of this. He tarnished your name, your reputation, and yet you praised his conviction and incorporated him into your own spirit origin. Do you intend to embrace not only his soul, but also every bit of tragedy and hatred he created? I will say it once more. You, my little clay doll, are a fool. Whoops, didn't unmute. You're neither good nor bad. Just a foolishly honest story of a hero.
Huh. I think I know why you're always interested in us. I think ENKIDU is very similar to us. Oh my, did you not realize this? I was born a devil, while nursery was born a story. And I, in the old aged man, a man who was inscribed upon the world's throne as the ultimate villain. And the correlation is quite simple. Though I do think the old aged man is somewhat different than the two of us. Why do you think that is, old aged man?
First, I told you to drop the aged bit. Let us set aside for the moment whether I should be here or not. We have all, through the intervention of some other entity, been forced to be and act in certain ways. In your particular case, you were assigned a role by the gods themselves, but you defied the decree.
I don't deny that. I did indeed defy my reason for my existence, my purpose for living. I'm different than Kingu. I did not gain a soul. I simply abandoned my very being.
However, the reason you wanted to learn more about us is that you are searching for an answer, for some sort of saving grace. Or that was my initial belief. But my calculations require a bit of alteration and correcting on this short journey. You sought salvation in understanding us not for yourself, but for another. Am I wrong? You really are quite expressive, ENKIDU. And so we arrived back at why I called you a fool. That applies to dolls and humans. Or dolls and tools, humans and heroes. Well, honestly, I think fools are quite boring, but I don't hate them. I am, after all, a teacher. I would hate to see another accidentally gain a sense of justice like Watson, but it may be interesting to see them succumb to evil like the Spider-Woman.
Me, sinking to either good or evil. Intriguing. Do you think that could even be possible for me? I feel like this is set up for something. It feels like it's a setup for something. I don't know. I'm really not interested in this conversation, but thought I'd let you know we're ready to race shift. Damn, you're not even a little bit interested? Okay. We can put ENKIDU's decision about their future on hold for now. Ishtar, thank you very much. Don't worry about it. We're friends after all. But I'm warning you, never bring that piece of junk back here again. We'll try. It would be better if you would disappear from this age. In fact, it'd be best if you just disappeared entirely from human history. That's a bit much. Unfortunately for you, as long as humanity thrives here, I'll keep existing, even as a remnant of a guardian god. Since I find the smiles they have while they're glaring at each other terrifying, I'm commencing the race shift. Probably a good call. Yeah, I'm ready. See you later, Ishtar. Bye-bye. Have a good time. Don't murder Gil while we're gone. There they go. Said a hard-headed king never showed up. He's probably hiding somewhere, right? But he had to have sensed that ENKIDU was here. Those two really are impossible. I never could get my head around what they were thinking. Just thinking about it makes me so mad. I'm gonna go raid Urik's treasury for jewels to make myself feel better. Fair. You are owed like 30% of them. So if you haven't taken 30% yet, it's not really raiding at that point. It's, more taking what you're owed. Welcome back, Senpai. Is everyone else okay too? Yeah, we're fine. Everyone's good.
Yeah, they made me walk quite a ways, and I feel I must have aged a few years on the trip.
Something the matter, ENKIDU? Well, this journey taught me many things. It will be quite difficult to assimilate all this data. I'm not so sure if it was alright for me to have incorporated Kingu into my humble spirit origin. Or perhaps it'd be better to allow Kingu to take over as the heroic spirit for this body. No. ENKIDU. Oh my. You really are overthinking this. Mephistopheles? From where I stand, there's no distinction between the two of you at all. Mephisto has been in a lot of... This is like his 4th interlude he's been in that's not his. I'm talking about a 4th interlude as in like separate 4 different servants. I'm not counting him appearing in all 3 of John's, or 2 of John's. Was he in all 3? He was definitely in at least 2 of them. I think he was in all 3. But no, I think he's been in like 4 different servants interludes. And then he has Zone, too. Why do you think that? And he randomly appeared in Salem. Gods create. Humans form connections, and they all go back to the ground. That is the duty and inevitable end of all who walk upon this world. And he was... I feel like he was somewhere else too, but no, maybe not. That is the duty and inevitable end of all who walk upon this world. If you say that Kingu is human, why wouldn't you be able to say you're human too, since you're all born from the same source? That's one way to think of it. Kingu's soul came from Tiamat, and he was able to forge many connections with humans in the singularity. The software that was used was the only thing that was different. There's hardly any distinction between the way the two of you lived your lives. Admittedly, I never would have looked to Mephistopheles for that sort of sentiment. Oh, that stings! I also don't think you should worry too much. Many stories come from some sort of wish, but the interpretation can always differ in endless ways depending on the storyteller and listener. So please cheer up, great hero, from an old story. One of these days, someone will read your amazing story in such a beautiful light. I'm sure of it. I was also able to forge many connections, and that's how I got to meet Master and many wonderful children who will listen to my story. I see. You may be right. With all of your help, I believe I may have made some progress. What matters is not why I was created, but how I interact with others, how I live, and how all of that connects. A long time ago, before I met Gil or Shamat, or even before I was among the animals in the forest, I had an encounter with someone else. Who's that? I couldn't make any connections. I simply returned the god's creation back to the land and soil. Once more, if I can meet the soul one more time, I may be able to create a connection for her story. I'm glad I was able to hear from people like you, who are created to act a certain way. I wish now to update my software with the memories I've just made and take them back to the throne. Thank you, Mephistopheles. And you too, Nursery Rhyme. And you, old-aged man.
Why must you bring that up even now? We were just about to conclude on a pleasant note.
Poor Moriarty.
You have an uncanny penchant for teasing, don't you? I still recall what happened during that race.
Race? Perhaps Cali has changed me, or perhaps it's Master's influence. Thank you, Master and Mash. I vow to continue serving as your sword and shield. I don't need a shield. Okay. I know what that line's going for, but that sounds bad. Like, because right now Mash doesn't have power, so we would just like throw her in front of us, and I just hope I'm worthy of your vow. I can assure you that you're a master worth protecting. Either way, good work, everyone. The chef in the cafeteria is making a tropical-style curry using summer vegetables. So go and have some. A tropical style? Sounds interesting. Let's go, Senpai. Oh my, curry, you say? My TikTok bomb is quite tropical as well. So let's try mixing that. I don't think bombs go with curry. You know what? As long as it's in your own, do whatever you want. I don't care. It must be Uncle Emiya's curry. I'm sure it's quite mild. Let's go.
In my days, all this commotion is causing me a bit of back pain. But I did manage to squirm my way out from losing that poker game earlier. But learning about ENKIDU's true nature was a stroke of luck. Knowing this, I have some interesting ideas for the future.
I don't want anyone to forget that I was summoned to this world as the most evil master criminal.
The way one lives and leaves a connection to this world, huh? That's the very essence of a story, but it's also one's choice to play up the very role that was given to them in the first place. I have no idea who ENKIDU wants to save. Well, I do have my theories. But the question is whether that being really is asking for salvation or not. I wonder if that fool would be able to tell the difference.
I don't like that, Moriarty. That has to be set up for Enkidu's second interlude, right? Because he does have a second one. Because this was Woven Soil 1. Not as a best friend, nor as a tool and its user. A relationship between a mage and their servant, huh? I see. In order to improve my relationship with Master, that's probably the best way to think of it. Maybe with Master, we can find the one I'm looking for. No, I shall find them for sure. Huwawawa. The being held captive in the forest of the gods. I'll find the guidepost that will allow us to release your soul. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna jump straight into that. 'Cause, I'm intrigued. Made by God, woven by humans, return to soil 2. We're starting off in combat? Oh, Mordred and Fran are sparring. Okay. I thought we were actually in battle, but no, they're just training. Hurrah! Huh. Whoops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit you that hard. You okay? Good. I think that's enough for today. Thanks for helping me work off dinner. And this ought to be enough for that test drive Da Vinci was talking about. Huh? Huh? What's up? Huh. Alright, I feel it too. Someone else just showed up. That's weird. Pretty sure Da Vinci said we were the last ones. Anyone who'd show here today of all days has got to be either a serious weirdo or someone who fell out of shape like me. Nah, I hope it's not Gawain being all big brothery. That shit's the last thing I need right now. And there they are. Looks like that's... ENKIDU? Hello. I take it you're Sir Mordred. Oh, it's you. I think I've seen you around the cafeteria sometimes. Let's see, what was your name again? I'm ENKIDU, a Lancer. I'm also one of Ritsuka's servants, just like you are. I don't think you and I have ever spoken before, though I have talked to Fran once or twice. That's so? Alright, so what do you want with me? I've heard stories about your life, and I was hoping I could ask you something that I think could improve my systems. Systems? That's a new one. Nah, but alright, I was just planning on taking a break anyway, so I don't mind hearing you out. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I was just hoping you could tell me about your salvation. ENKIDU? I don't think Mordred really had... say what? Hey, Fran. Huh? Get out of here. Right now. I've got to make this guy disappear. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say... I don't know what he just said. For some reason, I chose not to give him dialogue there. I assume those lines was him talking. But they just didn't want to show what he said, and I don't know why.
Is it... I mean, I haven't done Mordred's interlude yet. Is that why? Is it sparing spoilers? Or did they just not do dialogue here? I assume they just decided not to have dialogue there. Whatever. But yeah, I was from what he said though, like, tell me about your salvation. Like, I don't think Mordred would see anything that happened in her life as salvation. But you know, yeah. So I don't blame Mordred for getting pissed.
I'm gonna make this guy disappear.
Fair. He overstepped. Hey. Do you remember me? You still remember when we first met? Do you still remember the night we spent together? Do you still remember what we just said? I wonder if we ever see each other again. Maybe tomorrow, or the day after. Or maybe weeks, months, years from now. Will I still be the same person you know? Who? ENKIDU? Buddy? Who are you? ENKIDU? Huh?
Senpai! Are you alright?
You look like you were having a terrible nightmare. Talk about REM-ja vu. Yeah, it was the dialogue was a little bit different, but yeah, same thing happened last ENKIDU interlude.
I'm impressed how casually you came up with a new word that so succinctly explains the situation, Master. I see, so you're inadvertently using your unique skill that lets you share REM cycles with contracted servants.
Yeah, I guess. That said, you seemed like you were having an especially bad nightmare in this particular REM state.
For a moment I was afraid it might be another Shimusa situation, so I'm glad that doesn't seem to be the case. Especially since we don't have as many people here to support you right now.
Alright, all the heroic spirits are... Yeah, we've been dismissing them, right? Because I think by Salem, there was only like a skeleton crew of servants. And then post-Salem... Well, no, because there was still a good amount up until... Christmas, because Christmas in the Underworld. So this must be post... Salem already.
That's right, 2019's almost over, so we've been busy getting things ready.
Okay, so yeah, no, this is... Oh, okay, yeah, this is okay. Might not be post-Christmas, but pretty close.
We start dismissing all of Chaldea's heroic spirits in preparation for the new director's arrival. But we still have a lot of work to do explaining the situation to them.
I'll have to find a way to get Batty out of her kotatsu by tomorrow then.
Batty?
Batty? I don't know who the hell that's supposed to be, to be honest. Carmilla? Because she has that bat thing going. That's the only one that comes to mind that would have been pre Lost Belts. I'm assuming Batty is Carmilla. I'll talk to Kiyohime and Raiko before tomorrow then.
That's right, all heroic spirits trust you implicitly, after all. I think there will be a lot of joyful farewells. I'll be sad saying goodbye to everyone too, but it's our job to see all the heroic spirits off with. Oh, if it isn't Master, my humblest apologies, but would you mind stepping aside? About 30 centimeters to the right, to be precise. If you must know why, it's for the sake of my poor back? Huh? Gotta watch your back in your ripe old years. Let's step aside. Stay firmly in place.
She responded 2 seconds later than I calculated. At this rate, I'm not going to make it. Well, if I can't go around, I'll just have to go above. Any good criminal should be able to hop a fence after all. I may not look anything like Cleopatra, but I can still imitate her grace and agility.
And her tone of voice while we're at it. Sure, buddy.
And voila! Ugh. Is back. Niche. Not only is God dead, but now he is joined by my poor back. This has been utterly blasphemous for my joints. This concludes part 1. But I'm not down for the count yet. Come back tomorrow and I'll show you the true face of evil. But for the moment, my work here is done. Farewell.
There he goes again, still holding us back. I guess it just goes to show you we can't let our guard down until we say goodbye to every last servant. Seems a safe bet that he's up to something again. Yeah. What? Who knows? But something. Is that Mounier?
Wait a mash. Did you happen to see Moriarty around here?
Yes, actually. He just ran off that way. Why'd something happen?
He messed with the simulator so we could hide out in virtual space and avoid being dismissed. Luckily, Holmes and Da Vinci figured it out and stopped him right at the end, but that slippery old man's still out there. Damn it, I don't even want to think about what the new director might have said if they'd seen the simulator acting up like that.
I guess Moriarty really doesn't want to leave. Yeah, he has evil machinations to attend to.
Unlucky me, this new director is almost certainly going to be a first-class mage, so there's no way they won't see through any tricks like that.
What about the simulator? Is it repaired now?
Yeah, it should be good to go. We've got a few heroic spirits and they're testing it out now. And it worked out well since they were saying they wanted to get in one last workout before they leave.
Might as well say goodbye to them now then.
Good point, Senpai. Let's go pay them a visit.
And we're gonna walk in on Mordred attempting to kill ENKIDU. Teams 2 and 3, you focus on restoring the simulator stability. Team 1, you make sure the math keeps checking out. Team 4, make sure you're ready to eject them by force whenever I give the word. Just make sure you don't eject them too quickly. We want to make sure they've expended a good amount of magical energy first. Yeah, she's actively trying to murder him. Oh, and to get Ritsuka in here too, in case we need her. There's a good chance she's the only one who'll be able to contain the situation. Oh good, you're already here. Great timing. Who knew my genius even accounted for good fortune and happenstance? So much for peace and quiet. The simulator's instruments are all going crazy. What in the world is happening here? You know, ENKIDU pissed off Mordred. That never goes well for anyone. I could tell you. It'd be faster if you just take a look at what's going on in there for yourselves.
Okay, I can see the video feed. Is that
Mordred? Yeah, poor guy's getting murdered out there. Between them though. Interesting. Very interesting how we're playing it from Mordred's point of view. And this is pre-buff Mordred. So that's a bit unfortunate. But
okay, so have some good damage. Good dammy.
hits like a wet paper towel for some reason.
But, you know, I feel like Enkidu probably deserves the beating he's getting here. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. Jeez, man. Chill.
これこそは我が父を滅ぼし邪剣クラレントブラストアーサー。まだまだ黙れくたばりやがれちょっとばかり調教してやる。えい
Mordred, you better live. Okay, I assume we win once we break his break bar, so we should be good. And if not, well, shit. Okay, yeah. Whew. That was, yeah, I mean, you had to have. There was no way you could win that. I mean, there ain't no way. Oh, it just cuts off there? I guess. You know what? Give me Fran. I haven't used her in a long time. Yeah, it's fine. All right, you two, tell us what's going on. Let's split you two up. Somebody get the round table and Uruk King's in here. Kings?
I wouldn't if I were you.
That would almost certainly complicate things by a factor of 5 at least. Worst case scenario, all of Chaldea can end up razed to the ground before the new administration even has a chance to take over.
Did something happen between them?
This is well beyond a routine simulator training battle. Exactly, that's why we can't just shut it down. If they came back here now, they'd just keep on fighting inside Chaldea itself. Or Mordred would. Enkidu would probably try to avoid her, but...
So it would seem.
To be perfectly honest, I've never seen Mordred like this before. Yeah, not even during the Camelot Singularity. It's actually scarier that we're not hearing cursing left and right.
True. Usually Mordred's humanity tends to keep all this fierce anger and hostility in check. But right now, there's no gift or curse to blame it on.
Mordred's just so enraged that any other consideration has fallen by the wayside. Judging from how seriously the fight is, I bet Mordred doesn't even remember going into the simulator. So Enkidu did something to make Mordred this upset? What could it possibly have been? I'm not sure. Right now we have to stop them. We can work that out later. No, I think it might be better if you knew what caused this before you get involved, Ritsuka. Here, take a look at this footage from the simulator. Oh, just make sure Mordred doesn't find out this footage was being recorded, okay? Yeah, we would never tell. We can't stop them from finding out we just happened to overhear their conversation when we eventually go in to mediate this conflict. But you need to be very careful you don't bring up any related details. That's how sensitive the subject is.
That much?
After all, if you don't know what sparked Mordred's ire so badly, you could end up inadvertently touching on it again and making things worse. Yeah, wouldn't want that. Of course, some people would only end up blurting out this kind of knowledge, so you should be honored that I trust you enough to share it with you. Pulling up the footage now. Okay, yeah, so it was purposeful that they didn't show what Enkidu was saying.
Pulling up the footage now. Okay, here's the relevant part.
No way.
I just planning on taking a break anyway, so I don't mind hearing you out. Thank you, I greatly appreciate it. I was just hoping you could tell me about your salvation. Say what?
You see, I heard a woman by the... Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I had, yeah. He went there. Not much else it could have been. Oh boy. I heard a woman named a woman by the name of Morgan created you for the sole purpose of destroying King Arthur. Eventually, you succeeded at destroying King Arthur and ending his reign, just as Morgan designed you to. I am familiar with King Arthur's government and have analyzed the accomplishments it achieved in its prime. So I can tell that destroying King Arthur and ending his reign must have been an incredibly difficult, nearly impossible challenge. Yeah? Which is why I thought you'd be the perfect person to ask. Given that your sole purpose for existence was the destruction of Yours was to destroy Gilgamesh, but you ended up... Enkidu, you really... You gotta read the room, man. You gotta read the room. His sole purpose was for the destruction of King Arthur. Did you feel any sense of fulfillment or the like when you succeeded in doing what you had been created for? Oh my god, Enkidu. Buddy, what the fuck, man? I get this, like you said, this is his first time talking to Mordred, so he didn't know her exact feelings. Or I didn't have an inkling of like the. I'm struggling to form words. He didn't have an inkling about Mordred's guilt, I guess, over it. But that was just a bad play, Enkidu. Did you feel any fulfillment or the like when you succeeded in doing what you've been created for? Of course, King Arthur was also your father. Was there any change in your thoughts or feelings at the moment you devastated his kingdom? Yeah, no. I said it before that Mordred was probably justified for going a bit berserk. I stand by that. Mordred, yeah, no, she, yeah. Yeah, he deserved, Enkidu deserved to get beat up on a little bit. I won't lie. If you'd survived after fulfilling your mother's wish. What I mean is, now that you're effectively alive again as... Oh my god, alive again as a servant. What drives you to go on living now that your purpose for being is long since fulfilled? Oh my god, Enkidu. Buddy. I want to know. Yeah. Yeah, Mash. I should probably go for this one, but this just sums up my feelings. Like, Enkidu, what the fuck? What was that green-haired lunatic thinking? I did hear from people with connections to Uruk that Enkidu could sometimes say things that had caused even the King of Heroes to cringe, but I didn't know what they meant until today. Yeah. Still, that bluntness is arguably something you both have in common. Depending on the situation, it can be both a weakness and a strength, though in this case, it's clearly the former. Is this really the time for cool-headed analysis? We need to hurry and stop them before it's too late. Exactly. Just having them exit the simulator now wouldn't do anything to address the root cause of this conflict. And like I said before, there's a good chance they would just keep on fighting inside Chaldea proper anyway. So we need to find a way to get them to stand down while they're still in the simulator. I think some primordial Lanugo should make a good run. No, I'll go in and get them to stop right now. Are you sure you want to do that? You could just talk to them over the intercom from here. But then again, in your case, talking to them face to face probably is much better odds. Alright then, we're counting on you yet again. When all is said and done, I hope you'll be able to look back on your time at Chaldea fondly. Yeah, I'm sure we will. Aside from all the trauma, but you know. Oh, and be careful, simulator or not, we only just finished tuning it up, so don't forget to pay attention to your mind's stability. Okay. Fran, I didn't know you were in here too. Okay, let's go stop them together. Honestly, the fact that Mordred's going toe-to-toe with Enkidu is pretty impressive. I won't lie. There they are. But given how fiercely they're fighting, I'm not sure they'll even hear you if you call to them. Go big or go home. They're sure to stop if we bring down the whole castle. Safety comes first. I'll shout at them from far away to get their attention. Good point. If you wander too close and get caught up in their crossfire, it could have a severely detrimental effect on your mind, simulator or not. Still, given how tense things are between them right now, I'm not sure words alone will be enough. If you want to get their attention, we might need to make a sound so loud that they think they're being attacked. I guess there's no choice but to bring out the noble phantasm guns, then. Now she talks. Blasted tree! Huh. Fran? I thought I told you to get out of... Master? What brings you here, Master? You should know it's not safe. Yeah, clearly. First things first, please put your weapons away. Yeah, stay out of this, Master. Got shit to do with you. I disagree. Whatever Enkidu told you, I'm sure it wasn't meant to offend. Alright. Besides, I can tell you'll help me with your noble phantasm next if I don't stop. Okay, Enkidu, explain yourself. Yes, it seems I should. I'm still not entirely sure why, but I understand now that my question touched a very sore spot. I hope you can believe me when I say it was never my intention to hurt you, and I'm truly sorry for the misunderstanding. Mordred? Shh. Alright, fine, whatever. Enough of that damn pitying look, Master. I'm feeling better now that I got it. I'm feeling better now I got that out of my system. Besides, I know this uncooked bean sprout here is still technically your servant. Yeah, they pissed me off to where I was seeing red. But your guarantee that they weren't trying to piss me off is enough for me, Master. I'll let it go. Then please rest assured. I can promise you that the only person I would knowingly choose to insult is Ishtar.
Even if you were the most wicked being to ever walk the earth, I would still hold you in respect.
You got a really goddamn irritating way of putting things, don't ya?
Sound like K, damn it.
Makes it real hard to tell if you're being polite or just putting up a front.
Oh, this is such a relief. Thank you for understanding.
Although I still don't understand why you fought back, ENKIDU. If you didn't mean to upset Mordred, couldn't you have just focused on defending and running away?
Oh, that's simple.
I fought back because I sensed genuine anger and hostility.
Fighting an opponent whose emotions are running hot in that way can be an
Excellent way to learn more about them. Are you just trying to piss her off again? For example, what it is they're angry about, or why exactly they want to kill me. I didn't know you were such a battle junkie, ENKIDU.
Battle junkie?
Well, I don't think I would go that far.
Though I do admit that the thrill I experienced during my 3-day, 3-night battle with Gil is something I still remember
Fondly, even as a heroic spirit.
Gil enjoyed it a great deal too, as I recall.
Maybe we should do that again in the simulator one of these days. I think you might have trouble getting permission to use the simulator for 72 consecutive hours.
At any rate, may I suggest we leave the simulator now?
We still have to report to Da Vinci after all.
I remember that Par said she was making berry smoothies in the cafeteria. So maybe we could continue this conversation while having one of those?
You know, I'm glad I did Parvati's trial quest before this. Because I have reference for who Par is. Or what the nickname Par goes to. So that worked out.
Maybe we could continue this conversation while having one of those?
Yeah, sounds good. Berry smoothies are a good time.
Welcome back, guys. Great work in there.
I was following along from the outside, so I'm all cut up. Go on ahead to the cafeteria. They should all be ready for you by now.
Who's they? Understood.
Come on, Senpai, let's all go to the cafeteria then. I'm guessing the Round Table and Gil. And probably Ishtar and Ereshkigal, I'd imagine. What the fuck happened?
Huh?
Da Vinci must have summoned demonic beasts to force ENKIDU and Mordred to fight side by side. That's my bet. What in the world are demonic beasts doing in Chaldea? Da Vinci?
Those look like the ones from Sumer. No, they're not quite the same. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here, but this works out real nice. I still got some steam I wanted to blow off, and you assholes look like just a tick. Hey, that was mine. Oh, I'm sorry. Set to protect Master is my highest priority. So that's what I did. Still, seeing as there's plenty left for you, don't you think it's a little
Premature to get angry?
Shh. Guess you really are Master's servant. Alright, I guess I can fight side by side with you for now, Lancer. Just make sure you stay out of my way.
Yeah, no, Da Vinci did this to make them, like, build camaraderie, I guess. Even though they're set to be dismissed. But we know that, I guess we do know now that they have a briefcase that lets them summon resummon these same servants with their memories intact, so I guess. I mean, obviously Ritsuka at this point doesn't know that yet, but taking that into context, it makes sense why Da Vinci would do this. Yeah, it makes sense. Kind of. I keep forgetting I need to pop this. I still haven't gotten into the habit of doing that, even though I've had it for like forever now. Go, Frank, go. Nice. Alright, the Mushmahu. Good. Draco will kill this one. Oh, Mushmahu. You are dead. Meat. Go feast upon your flesh. Alright, what's last? Ugalus and Urdimus. Yes. We shall use these. Try and get some big damage in big early. Now stick on the Gladius. Crit? No. Ah, well. This should do it. Yes. Didn't even need Fran. And then Fran's probably dead this turn. Yep. That's alright. That's right. Okay. I was a little concerned over the damage sure Otoria would do that, but no, we're good. We are good. Alright, you two. Have y'all built some camaraderie? Do you feel close now? Probably not. Ruler. Ruler and Berserker, eh? Whomst dare get in our way? What were those things doing here? What about everyone in the command room? Are they alright? What in the world is... Hey, welcome back. I was following along from the outside, so I'm all caught up. Go on ahead to the cafeteria. Everyone will be waiting. Da Vinci? 0100. The simulator broke. Right? That's what happened. The simulator's broken. Going to the cafeteria, everyone will be weighed. 0101 everyone is what is this?
There shall be ability after. Oh, did we keep? That was definitely a simulation, right? They're still in the simulator.
The hell's going on? There's no one else here anymore.
Let's go to the cafeteria.
Huh?
If my senses are working properly, that's where everyone should all be. Who's everyone? Who's everyone? Oh! Did we race shift where I wasn't looking?
Seriously, the hell's going on here? What's a forest doing in the middle of the damn cafeteria? What is it, Fran? Huh?
Door just came to his god. Oh! That's not freaky at all.
Guess this means we're trapped in here then. I still don't know how the hell you get trapped in a forest. Anyway, these are some seriously huge trees. What's their deal?
These are Lebanese cedars. They're enormous. I understand why you'd be confused, Master. They are true cedars in the pine family. They can grow up to 50 meters tall, and were often used to build boats. However, I don't believe any forest this large still existing at time.
So this is a Lebanese cedar forest? Then does that mean...
Yes it does. This is the same forest of the gods that Gun and I put an end to. I don't know who brought us here, or for what purpose. But if this is indeed the cedar forest from the Epic of Gilgamesh, there's a strong chance they were targeting me. I'm just sorry the rest of you happened to get caught up in it too.
Yeah, this thing happens all the time. We're used to it. It's no big deal.
Alright, so what the hell did you mean when you said everyone should all be here?
Because I sure as shit doubt you meant the Chaldea people.
Good question. Well, I admit I'm reluctant to get into this since it has to do with the very essence of my systems, or rather the fundamental areas that hinder them. It wouldn't be fair to you or to Master to keep you in the dark after I pried so deeply into your story.
What are you talking about?
I don't have regrets. Not exactly. The only remorse I felt when I died were my feelings towards him.
Come to think of it, you still hang out with the king?
Come on, Master, you're talking about Goldie, right? I don't want you calling anyone king besides my old man. At least when you're around me.
I'm afraid you'll just have to deal with that on your own time, Mordred. Gilgamesh is just as responsible for Uruk as your king was for Britain. It would be one thing if it were just you and Master here, but when there are others around, he deserves to be addressed as King Gilgamesh. Still, if you just can't contain your affection
For him and don't mind if he challenges you to a fight over it, I suppose you could get away with not wait, hang on, what? Oh, because she gave him a nickname? If you can't contain your affection for him and don't mind if he challenges you to a fight over it, I suppose you could get away with not calling him by his full title.
That's so? Alright, I got it already. Actually, are you guys really friends? I didn't think Goldie really did friends.
He may not, but Gilgamesh and I are indeed dear friends nonetheless. I can say without any reservation that there is no one else like him.
That's an understatement. A little bit of an understatement.
But we do sometimes talk for a long time. It's rare for us to do so proactively on a daily basis. Besides, we don't need words to truly understand one another.
Gotcha. Sounds like Mo and Fran.
Come on, Master, it's not that hard to understand her, right? Like right now, she's just saying you really don't understand me?
I'm sorry, Fran, we don't.
Actually, hold up, you didn't say anything weird to Fran like you did to me, did you?
I don't think so. I understand she's also an artificial life form, but to me, she's no different from any other being. Of course, if Dr. Frankenstein had embedded a curse-like system in her, then she might have piqued my curiosity.
Huh? So that's how it is. Man, you really are a complete pain in the ass, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
I'm aware it can be difficult for others to accept. Besides...
Well, I don't think we have time for talking anymore.
Master Mash, I think it would be best if you stepped back. It seems she, or rather they, have noticed I'm here. Huh? ENKIDU, what are you talking about? They are my very first friends. In fact, you could even say they raised me. They raised you?
The gods?
Something's coming our way, Master. Watch yourself.
Gods? Divine spirits?
The hell are these things? More Babylonian demonic beasts?
No, not quite.
No. I mean they, are human.
Oh, okay, not divine spirits. Really? It's been so long since I last saw them.
So very, very long. What? The hell was that? Are they trying to talk or something?
I don't understand them. But it looks like each demonic beast is saying a different part of each word.
I see. So this version of you is from a time after we parted ways. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, since we haven't fused into a single entity. But it seems that was too much to hope for. Still, even so I have to ask. Do you no longer live in these woods? Is there truly not so much as a tiny fragment left? Tell me, Huawa. Who? What? Huh?
Who's Huawa?
Huawa was the guardian of the forest of the gods.
At least until Gil and I killed her. I'd heard she was the dreadful monster that the gods ordered to protect their Lebanese cedar forest. I can only imagine how powerful she must have been for King Gilgamesh to fear her.
Wait, really? That pompous Goldie guy was afraid of these things? They don't look that tough to me. What is it, Fran? What do you mean this haven't been put together? I see. So you can tell too. Yes, that's true. Those girls there are a lot like you before you were born. The only difference is that their body was made from souls, while yours was made from other bodies. And that they were given life not through science and engineering, but the god's authority and blessing. No, not with a blessing. Huawa was a complete human born together with a curse.
What do you mean a complete human?
I wish I could tell you more, but it seems the circumstances won't allow that. Who are you? This is fun. Who are you? It's you, sad, protect the woods, help me, hate. You kill the forest, help, enemy, kill, pain, hurt, happy, me, gods, kill. Kill them, help me, no, forest, protect, help me, wrong, help me. Die, enemy, wrong, humans, gods, kill, I am, kill, forest, good, protect. Forest, who, dream, you, run, no, die, kill. Ow, it hurts, in white, no, ow, it hurts. Hey, kill, do.
I think time for talking is done.
Alright, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it looks like these things are done talking. It's okay to kill them, yeah? Now I see. I don't know who's doing this or why, but it seems they want me to reenact the situation. And I will. I won't hesitate to do so. Not now that I'm a servant. I am ENKIDU, a Lancer. I have been rebooted to serve as humanity's guardian. No matter where we are, or what the situation may be, I cannot allow my master to come to harm. I must fulfill the role that's been given to me for Kingu. With whom I integrated as much as for myself. I truly am sorry about this, but I want to ask for your forgiveness. Even if this is only a fleeting dream or illusion, or a bug in my system, I will still not hesitate to remove you from these woods. Besides, I've already experienced this regret before, so it should not be so difficult to manage again. Since I never did try to save you, it's only fitting that I experience it again.
This seems unfair to everyone involved.
I wonder if Gil himself had a hand in this.
逃げても構わねえぞ。相手はこのモードレットだからな。
Probably not, but
込み行くぞ。
I also wouldn't be terribly surprised.
やる。
黙れ。
Damn, 9 of them?
決めちゃおう
Just 3 battles? Oh boy. We're in for the long haul, it would seem, fellas. Oh boy. I should have targeted the one with the most health. Or maybe not. I thought Bavanchi would just straight up kill that. Okay. Apparently I overestimate everything.
そっか、行く。決めちゃおうか。
うるせえ。
Bruh.
突撃です。どうだ。
Bruh. That's kind of cuckoo, no? Just a little bit? A little bit cuckoo? Yeah, Avalon.
行く。決めちゃおうか。こういうのもあり。大きく華やかに。
Alright, that one's
不
dead.
思議なことが起こるのです。
Gotta go for B next. Can't let them get their charge attacks. Alright. I decided to just cut out the whole first battle because it was just waves and waves of enemies. That's why it was a little transition to here where we start the second battle.
よっしゃ、任せな。黙れ。
Oh god, I hate these. Well, these are the new ways, right? Anyways. Oh, really? A more dreadful combo didn't do it. No, well, okay. Full backline time. Which, you know, Enkidu's up. Makes, you know, it works out. It's his.
分かったよ。
His interlude. Yeah, that should kill that. And if not, well, shit.
ロササングリス。スペルビー。アワリティ。
Luckily, it did. Oh boy, it's almost 11 at night. I'm starting to get tired, but I want to get those. I want to get those Saint Courts.
我望みを声にせよ。
I must not give in to the tiredness.
世の行く手は
Now,
阻めぬ。
the Stofo is so close. I can smell it. The femboy musk. It's so close now. Tonight's the night. I just have to push forward. Oh. Hey, girl. Hey.
Talk to me, Toreo.
Alright, let's try. Do I just do a full? Yeah, full red hair, I guess. Even though he's not very. Okay, I guess that was okay. I was fine. Right, extra class, meaning Draco's kind of useless. Oh boy, oh I might be in trouble actually. I mean, I have all my command spells still, so I'll be able to. Revive, so that's not a huge deal. I should have probably brought an Avenger. This is troubling. I'm gonna save Enuma Elish.
どうかな。いい声聞かせて。
This probably ends when we break the break bar, right?
かぬ獣使いが荒いぞ
I hope.
引かぬ
Oh boy.
それ分かったよ
なるほ
We are not in the
呼び
best
起
of
こす星の
spots.
息吹人と共に歩もう
That is for
ゆ
sure.
えにエヌマ・エリシュ
Come on, girly pop.
そうだね分かったよ
We're just trying to set you free.
えいどうかないい声聞かせて
Even if said setting you free is murder, but you know, it's neither here nor there.
引かぬ引かぬ
Okay, it's down to Enkidu. How poetic. Quite fitting, I suppose.
分かったよそうだ的確に行こ
I should have done just all quicks again, actually. I don't know why I didn't.
うどうかいい声聞かせてえい
Whatever. I don't think it would really matter. Hey, is his thing a guaranteed stun? Yes, it's guaranteed stun. Okay, yeah, so I won't
それもそうだね的確に行こ
use my gander on this turn.
う呼び起こすは星の息吹人と共に歩もう
I just had to make sure of that.
エヌマ・エリシュ
Wait, the stun didn't.
えいいい声を聞か
Well, it better, the breaking the break bar better do it. Or we are gonna have problems.
お疲れ様
Okay,
いい切れ味だったよ
Oh, good, no problems. Not a singular problem. A little closer before we get a little closer to comfort. Wee bit too close. We win.
Is it over? And actually, hang on. What was that kid doing here? Senpai, look over there.
Oh? They're disappearing. Alright, that's good. The corpses are all gathering around the child. They're becoming a single mass.
Ugh. Not over. The hell? This magical energy is insane. How much more is this thing gonna grow?
Master, take the others and get it as far away as you can. That thing being born there cannot be allowed to exist. I'm going to end it. Okay, whatever you say, man. I trust you. You're the expert. I'm sorry, I still don't know what to do. I don't yet know how I can save you, or how I can make those flowers bloom again. So until I figure it out, I'm going to bind you to this land as the god of my sinful past. Humans, let us bind to the gods. Enuma Elish.
Senpai, look, what is that?
It looks like it's stopping Enkidu's noble phantasm? Giant arm? What? We got knocked into flashback. I never had any regrets when I was alive. I believed I'd always done the best I could in any given situation. Okay? Even when I was tearing out their guts, I couldn't ensure they were dead. Even when I was twisting off their heads, they continued to damn and curse me. It wasn't until King Gilgamesh stopped me that I realized there was something wrong with my systems. I wonder what sort of expression I wore on my face while I continued to rip out my former kin's entrails. I was sure the only regrets I have had to do with Gilgamesh, but it seems one of my systems was updated after I became a heroic spirit. Now I hear the rancorous voices of thousands of people that once rang out from the Guardian's entrails. If only those voices were directed at those who had hurt their owners. Both Gilgamesh and I were prepared to be hated for what we had done. However, those poor children within that monster couldn't see anyone or anything. They'd become mere puppets of the gods, animated chunks of meat that couldn't even understand why they suffered, or what the object of their hatred should be. Yes, this must be the system humans call karma. I robbed those girls of their future. I tried to save them even though I didn't know how. In the end, all I did was cause them to suffer for a very, very long time. If the situation in which I find myself now is the price I must pay for that sin, then I must be ready to accept it. Except, now I have a new regret. What about my master? Is she okay? If she is, then I know she'll be fine without me. Once she returns to Chaldea, she can ask for help from the most reliable of all heroic spirits. Working alongside Master, surely they could design a program to free the Huawas. Now don't go bringing in trouble praising me to high heaven, you great fool. I don't accept compliments from just anyone. I'll be damned if I have to suffer through my friend putting me on a pedestal without so much as a stiff drink. Gilgamesh! Let's go! Between you and Kingu, I could swear your successor is deliberately trying to work me into an early grave. He's stepping in. He's also part of the sin of killing those girls.
Hey there, uncooked bean sprout. Guess you're no worse for wear after all.
Where am I?
You got blown pretty far away. I guess it ain't no surprise, seeing how huge that explosion was.
What about Huawa? The guardian of the forest?
Nah, she's all gone.
A ton of swords and spears and stuff came swooping in from the side and blasted you and her to Kingdom Come. I see. Good. The important thing is that she's gone.
That stuff you asked me earlier was about her, wasn't it?
Yes it was. I hope I haven't offended you again.
I don't know if Master or Mash caught on to it, but you better believe I could tell. That was the same kind of spell my old lady used. Damn it.
How many kids got mixed together to make that thing? I counted 2,891 consciousnesses, though only one of them had retained the sanity.
I ain't gonna ask what the thing was. Frankly, I don't want to know. Not even if it was made the same way as me. Look, if you think any kind of answers from me to your questions could possibly give those kids anything like salvation, then boy, have you got the wrong damn idea.
What do you mean?
It's all well and good to offer help to a kid who's crying for it. And I'd do the same for any of Britain's subjects. But coming up with answers for them or some sort of meaning to their lives, and forcing it on them whether they want it or not, that ain't gonna be any damn salvation for them.
If anything, that shit's more like a curse. I ought to know, seeing how my old lady once put one on me. But yeah.
Alright, you want answers to your questions? Fine, but listen up, because I ain't
Saying this shit twice.
And I'm warning you now, I don't want to hear a goddamn peep out of you the whole time, so
Just shut your trap and listen up.
first off, you were barking up the wrong tree right from the start. You think I destroyed Britain just like my old lady wanted? Well, you're wrong. Granted, I don't know how it looked from the outside. Maybe my old lady thought that's what I was doing too. But the path I walked as a knight, and the sins I bear for destroying Britain, all that's on me and me alone. I was the one who wanted to be the next king, and I'm the one who tore the kingdom to shreds. But I didn't do any of that because someone told me to. I did it all of my own damn volition. My birth, my prophecy, my old lady egging me on, my old man refusing me, and I've accepted it all now. Yeah, that's right. Those things are all part of me. I own them. And I'll be damned if I let anyone write them off by saying I was just made that way. Saying I only did those things because I was created to do them is an insult to me and the kingdom I destroyed. And that's why I tried to kill you. And I'd do it again if I had the chance. I don't know if these kids you're trying to save are the same as me, Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But going around foisting your own idea of salvation on them, whether they asked you to or not, ain't any better than the kind of shit those god assholes always pulled. Yes, I think you might be right. Trust me, you're overthinking this. For the moment, all you gotta do is kill whoever did this to those kids.
That's probably a good place to start.
Even if they're ancient gods. Way easier than going up against an old man, am I right?
I don't know about that.
Anyway, that's all I got. Well, got a problem with that? No. Not at all. The only things I have for you are an apology and gratitude. I see now that I was in a rush to find something that could help. I think I was hoping to find as many clues as I possibly could to bring back to the throne before we have to leave Chaldia in a few days. Even though I'm not sure if I'll retain these memories the next time I'm summoned. At any rate, I think what you just told me could turn out to be a key. Again, I'm truly sorry for saying something that made you feel like I was making light of your life. I'll make sure to revise the data I have on you. Thank you again, Sir Mordred.
It's always funny seeing Mordred get embarrassed.
Shh, don't say all that shit out loud, dumbass.
No, I guess if you kept harping on it after all that, I'd have just cut ties with you on the spot.
And well, I'd be fine with that myself. Master doesn't like us doing that sort of thing, you know. Shit, I almost forgot.
If you tell anyone else what I just told you, well, I won't cut ties with you, but I will knock you into next week. Got it?
Then now that I mention it, I think I've told Master something similar before.
Speaking of?
Speak of the devil, here she comes now.
Hey, you do alright?
I'm here there, senpai. Thank goodness you're both
Alright, good news, we just got a call from the real Da Vinci. Oh, about time!
Hey guys, glad to see you're all okay. Let me cut to the chase.
You're all still in the simulator. I'm getting major deja. Yeah, this has happened a few times.
We lost track of you for a while.
But at least we know exactly why this happened.
It was the professor's doing.
He set it up so that running the exit codes would cause the simulator to recreate a part of ancient Uruk that Shiba once discovered, or once observed.
This isn't the first time he's done this sort of thing.
So I thought I was ready for it, but according to Holmes, he apparently had an accomplice this time. And since I was expecting the professor to pull something, the fact that a more laid-back, hedonistic personality made this modification caught me off guard. Turns out the culprit didn't just modify the simulator's own systems, they cast their own illusion on top of it too. They must have spent a long time planning this prank. Who? Luckily, the wisest of all kings happened to pass by, and he managed to eliminate the virus in a flash. Seriously, what's in that stone tablet of his, and where can I get one for myself? Unfortunately, it's one of a kind. Oh, if you're wondering, he's not here anymore. He just said something about how he had nothing more to say and left. Anyway, it's obvious the professor had some nefarious plan in mind for ENKIDU.
What would you like to do now?
Should I put out an APB and have him arrested?
No, it's alright.
I'm grateful to whoever did this, regardless of what their intentions may have been.
Now my system data is updated, and a limiter I had placed on me when I was summoned has been released as a result. Oh, really?
Oh wow, you're right, your whole spirit origin has changed.
No, not changed, evolved.
Damn, what the hell happened in there? It's only been about an hour. You know, came to terms with some unfortunate past stuff. It's all too much to get into right now.
Well, in human terms, I would say it's those a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. What now?
Fat lot of good that's gonna do when we're all about to leave.
There may yet be some significance in my remaining here, even after the incineration of humanity was averted. And in that case, I should try to expand my potential to its fullest, even if it's only for a few days. That gave me the space I needed to pour in the power I had before I met Shamat.
Does that mean
recover the human fallen child of God and protect humanity from all manner of threat. I redefined the latter half of my assigned objective, and I did it entirely to my own volition. Perhaps this was what whoever caused this disturbance wanted from me all along. I'm greatly impressed. It's as though I've been ensnared in an enormous spider web. Yeah, Moriarty be like that sometimes.
Sadly, it seems that is all for today's lecture. But I'm glad I succeeded before we're all dismissed in a few days' time. This makes it well worth the effort of telling ENKIDU those slightly exaggerated things about Mordred.
Yeah, of course it was you. And who the hell are you?
What's that? You don't see the point in fine-tuning ENKIDU any further at this time? Very well then, let me ask you this. Is mankind's existence now secure just because the demon god Pillar's attempt to incinerate humanity was thwarted?
Of course not.
The answer is no, absolutely not. If it was that blasted detective, I would have checked out long ago. I may not like him, but I do trust his judgment. If he thinks we're not yet out of the woods, then we almost certainly aren't. And in that case, it's only right that I do what I can to help. Evil has its own way of destroying the world, even if ironically Master did prevent my own attempt to do so in Shinjuku. Conversely, evil also has its own way of saving the world, though not typically through methods that would garner much praise. In this case, that method simply happened to involve catching ENKIDU in my web. They accept mankind's capacity for good and evil equally, as one would expect from an ancient guardian weapon. And thus all I needed to do was to have them remember their own sins, and the regret they felt for committing them. Doing so would provide a shock to their systems, the kind of shock that can be nurtured into emotions and personality. I can wait to fully ensnare them until after that's come to pass. No doubt someone else will be happy to drag their goodness out of them. Looking forward to it that much, are you? Personally, I'd rather have nothing to do with you or any other Mephi types, so but oh well.
Mephi types?
At this point, it all comes down to whatever happens next. Meanwhile, I'm sure our dear master would prefer to never have to use ENKIDU, and ENKIDU has gone over to evil. I doubt it'll be up to her to decide.
They're definitely setting up ENKIDU. Don't tell me, but I'm just guessing here. Like, I just want to voice my thoughts. Again, I want to find out for myself when we get there. If we get there, if it's a thing. But I'm guessing we do come across an ENKIDU in one of the Lost Belts at some point. Maybe. Again, don't confirm or deny. I want to find out for myself, but I'm just thinking aloud. Because why else would they have this very overt dialogue, right?
Man, I'm exhausted after all that blabbing. I've always hated lectures, whether I'm giving them or listening. They're nothing but a giant pain in the ass. So let's say this was your way of getting me back for trying to kill you and call it even. Anyway, might as well try to get along, seeing how the end's almost in sight and shit. Ah, yes, good point. Well, I only have one best friend.
I think you'd make a perfectly decent, ordinary friend. Damn, you got some kind of weird thing about always putting your foot in your mouth, don't you? That's your whole problem, you know that?
Then for the moment, would you and friend like to
continue comparing battle prowess? He really is a junkie.
Huh? Yeah, really? After all that? Man, for a Lancer, you act a lot like a berserker.
Yes, I'd have to agree. I know I may well end up manifesting as one someday.
If I do, I can continue to remain on good terms with both you and Master.
After all, if I couldn't control my sanity system, I could inadvertently end up destroying you all. That wouldn't be good. That's for sure. I'd rather not be destroyed by you. Ever. At all.
Let's see, does it change at all? Inflict stun. Oh, the stun is only for divine. That's why it didn't work. Right. Oh, there we go. He got a threat to humanity. Alright, well, that was it for Enkidu's Interludes. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, but I think I'll do it as a separate. Yeah, I'm already at almost 3 hours, so this will be its own. Enkidu's stuff will be one video, and then I guess whoever I do next will be their own video, even though this will be a lot shorter, but you know, it is what it is. So thanks for watching. That was really good. That was really good. Very long, but very, very good. And yeah, I'm excited to see what I hope will be more Enkidu stuff in the main story. Again, don't confirm or deny. I'm saying, like, because again, it feels like why would they have that whole long bit with Moriarty talking to whoever that was if it wasn't setting up something? Like, it has to. It has to. But anyway, again, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will catch you next time for I'll probably do Diomed's. Yeah, I'll catch you for Diomed's Interlude, Twin Spirit of the Rose. So yeah, see you then. Peace.